Good morning. Happy Friday. And not such a great looking day out there, but it is going to be a beautiful weekend. So today I thought I would share with you a mussel recipe. So here in Atlanta, Canada, we have the great good fortune of having access to beautiful, plump, delicious mussels. And they're on almost every menu in every restaurant that you'll go into. And it doesn't matter if it's a high-end restaurant right down to, a takeout, you can get mussels. The interesting thing is a lot of people don't prepare them at home. And I thought they're so simple. This would be something that you really should have in your recipe box. So today we're going to do spicy mussels braised in beer. It's delicious and it's 100% maritime food. So we're going to start with a little bit of olive oil. I'll do the plug for Italian by Night. We have spectacular olive oil available at the restaurant, and it is what I use for everything. So we're going to start with a little bit of olive oil in a skillet. So I'm going to work with 1 pound of mussels today. 1 pound would serve one person generously for an appetizer. So you have to keep in mind, like a lot of the weight is in the shell. So it's not like you're going to actually be eating a pound of mussel flesh. So my olive oil is ready because I had that heat on high to make sure that I was ready to go for you. So you're going to start with, for 1 pound of mussels, 2 cloves of garlic. And you want to saute that just until it's fragrant. And then you're going to take, I got my hands this morning on some Thai chili peppers. The red Thai chili peppers are fantastic in mussels. So if you can't find them, by all means you can use the red dried chili flakes. They'd work great. So I'm going to show you a trick. You're going to take off the stem end, just slice that right off. And then the really hot part of the pepper are the seeds that are on the inside. So just take that pepper and between your thumb and your index finger, you're just going to squeeze and the seeds come right out. And then you'll just chop in pretty coarsely, put that right in. And I had a little bit done ahead of time. So 1 chili pepper to 1 chili pepper to 2 cloves of garlic, and then you're going to drop in some fresh tomatoes. So I used a combination of mixed cherry tomatoes. They're absolutely beautiful. They have look at beautiful heirloom varieties. The flavor is gorgeous. So you're just going to give that a quick saute. Then you're going to take whatever type of beer you like. I happen to have a Heineken on hand. And then you're going to take your mussels, beautiful farmed mussels from Prince Edward Island. And because they're farmed, they grow them on ropes. They're clean, so you don't have to worry about any mud, any silt. There'll be nothing in them. They're absolutely clean. So you saw how quick that was. It's literally 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 cloves of garlic, coarsely chopped, a fresh Thai chili pepper, if you can get your hands on them. They're available at the supermarket, so they're pretty easy to find. If you can't find them, then you can substitute dried chili flakes, no problem. Then I used about a half a cup of freshly chopped cherry tomatoes, and I'll grab the one that has a variety in them, just because it's interesting to look at. Grape tomatoes are beautiful. You can chop up plum tomatoes, whatever you have, or whatever you would like to use. And so now I used about a half a bottle of beer. And it can be whatever your favorite beer is. I happen to have a Heineken in the fridge today because all of my Moosehead products are up at the farm, and we're not living here on Carmarthen Street. We're just here daily working. But so then you saute your tomatoes for about a minute. Really, there's little cook time on this. You drop the beer in, drop the mussels in, cover, put a lid on, and in about 3 minutes, they're going to be ready. So just while they're cooking, I want to let you know of something really fun that we're doing at the restaurant, just in case you happen to know of a student, a high school student who's graduating from high school. So there's been a lot of talk in the media, on social media, just about how sad it is that the graduates, the high school graduates from the year 2020 are not going to be able to celebrate. It breaks my heart because I know that one of the most wonderful memories that I have, and probably most of you have, would be your high school graduation night. All of the mischief we got up to, we don't need to talk about it, but it was a pretty amazing rite of passage. You know, you feel like you're entering the world of grown-ups. So because that isn't going to happen for those kids this year because of COVID, Italian by Night is offering dinner for 4 for one graduate from a host of high schools, from Sussex to Black's Harbor. I can't remember them all, but they are listed on our Facebook page. So if you know some friends, parents that have kids, a child that's graduating, get them to go to our Facebook page and enter the contest. There's a criteria, very simple, but one student from each of those high schools will win dinner for 4. So the parents, the graduate, and the graduate's guest. And that's going to happen all next week because their graduations, what they're putting together for the graduations, are happening next week. So we want to help celebrate and make it as special as we can. So now the mussels are done, just like that. It is kind of mind-blowing how simple this is. Now I should have had a serving bowl so I didn't have to turn my back. However, now at this point you're going to do the finish. Turn your heat off. Excuse me. So the chili peppers do have a bit of a kick. So in advance, I rolled up my basil, fresh basil. So all you do, in case you haven't seen me do this before, you take your stem of basil, you pick the leaves off of it. You never use the stem. The stem is woody and has a bitter flavor, so you're not to use the stem. So you, just like you were going to make a cigar, you take all your leaves off, you lay them flat on the table, and you roll them up. So I have a basil cigar, basically. And then I'm just going to make a cross cut. So a chiffonade of basil, and then I go across it again. So I'm going to take that fresh basil and throw it right on top of my beautiful mussels. And then I'm going to take half a lime. Just take a fork to loosen the pulp. And then if you have a juice reamer, which is this tool, just stick that in the middle and just get as much lime juice out as possible. This dish is so simple and it is off the charts delicious. Okay, and that is it. And so I'm just going to pick that up so you can see how beautiful that is. And the smell is amazing. So your broth is there. You've got a little bit of garlic, the Thai chili peppers, tomatoes, fresh basil. So all you'll do is decant that into a serving bowl and you have a delicious maritime appetizer. So that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed that. And as I said, let your friends who have children that are graduating from high school know about our contest. Get them to go to our Facebook page and enter, and good luck to all of them. And to all of you, keep cooking, and I'll see you next Friday. Bye for now.